I wouldn't take that if I were you. I didn't mean to startle you. Sorry for that. We do look pretty different, don't we? Even though we share some similarities, but yes, you guessed right. I am no human. Yes, I am one, but I can take it you're not a very big fan of elves. No, I mean, considering you just took a step back, not to mention the look on your face, I don't see many other ways to interpret that. Well, in any case, the plant you're holding right now is water hemlock. Now, unless you're intending to use it for what it is, I'd say be careful of the things you take home. That is most definitely not cow parsley. Now, on that note, I'll be on my way now. My name? I suppose there's no harm in telling you. I'm Emilith. Care to give me your name? That is such a human name. I'm only joking. I think you have a beautiful name. No, you're not trespassing on elf territory. You don't have to worry about that. Is this your first time wandering around this place? I see. Well, I only showed myself because the plant you were holding is quite literally deadly. I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were doing. No worries. Right. Am I allowed to leave now, or do you have other questions for me? Wow, I was being sarcastic, but I guess you have more questions. A whole lot of questions. It does not really bother me as much as it surprises me, at the very least. Well, only 2 minutes ago, I thought I'd have to wait for the plans to align in order for me to hear your voice, but now, there's no stopping you. It does make sense, now that you know you are not in any danger, I mean, the stories that the people of your village tell about my people. I understand, I really do. We have our expectations about things and people. I've seen and heard my fair share about what humans are like, and to be completely honest with you, you don't really fit in with any of what I've heard. For instance, I heard that humans are pretty aggressive and even hostile among themselves, but that their hatred towards other species, especially intelligent ones, goes way beyond what's imaginable. No, for some reason I wasn't afraid to walk away from you without watching my back the way I did earlier. Your turn. Tell me a story or something you've heard about elves. I think I've heard most of them, but go ahead. Perhaps I'll add something new to the already long list of those. Your grandmother said that? No, we don't hold rituals to curse humans with incurable diseases. That was a really good one. Oh no, that one isn't an elf thing. That's more of a me thing. I've always loved the greenery around me. I feel like I speak the language of the plants. Elves are definitely capable of performing magic, but what I have with plants is not much of a power, not as much as it is a passion. I believe you humans use that word well. I have acquired and read every book about plants I've laid my eyes on, and I have been doing it since my younger years, and I can't seem to slow down. Tell you what, if we ever meet again, then I will tell you my age, and you'll tell me yours as well. Does that sound like a deal? Great. Yes, that's the reason I'm adamant that what you have there is not cow parsley. For starters, the stem of cow parsley is way thinner than that and can even be described as graceful. Meanwhile, water hemlock, as you can see, has a robust stem. Besides, cow parsley shouldn't have those purple blotches. I do know a place where cow parsley grows. It is not very far from here. I can guide you there if you'd like that. Right this way then. What is the thing you need this plant for, if I may ask? I see. I'd say celebrate is a strong word for it, but no, us elves don't celebrate Samhain. If I'm not mistaken, your grandmother will prepare and give you the herbs she sent me to gather for her as an offering of the gods and Frey. No, we do not give these offerings since we are part of the creatures humans tries to keep at bay during Samhain, when the veils between worlds are thinner. Well, do you remember what I said earlier about me choosing to show myself to you? That is because, thanks to our magic, we can walk amongst you, yet you wouldn't have the slightest idea we do. In fact, our village is quite close to yours, but we make sure no human could ever stumble upon it accidentally. And it is the same for all other creatures that humans know about, just enough to fear. I'm not very knowledgeable in history, but I believe that ages ago, humans came to understand that around a certain time every year, extraordinary things happen. Well, extraordinary for humans, that is. Yes, we do use our magic to hide our presence from humans. But during Samhain, as your people decided to call it, none of it works. I mean, we can still do magic, but no matter how hard we try, none of our cooking spells work. Actually, according to ancient documents, there are wars waged by humans against us, against all of us, and apparently they lost all of them. While humans surpass elves in numbers by far, their odds are still bad. You're correct. Waging a war against all of the magic creatures at the same time was what led them to their doom. After that, even when humans tried to take us down one race at a time, they still failed. Because we understood that once they'd be over with one, they'd go after another one. So the rest of the races decided to join their forces against your people. But that was centuries ago, from what I read. I think so as well. I mean, humans had to cut their losses at some point. What I think is sad, however, is they decided to isolate themselves instead of opening themselves up to the rest of the world and getting to know what lives around them. They lost but still held on to their ways until the end. Humans refuse us no matter what, and they only instill fear in their children about us. In the end, my ancestors, as well as the other races, decided to avoid the conflict altogether by staying hidden and stopping all attempts at communication. So yes, that is how Samhain as you know it came to be. True, it does mean that elves used to cloak their presence even before wars ever happened. Looking at it from that angle makes me empathize with humans back then. It certainly mustn't have been easy walking out one night to find an entire village had appeared out of nowhere. Still, a lot of lives were lost, and I think there were other ways to deal with the situation, other than waging war like they did. Here we are. Now this is cow parsley. Yes, you can see it has one darker shade of green while the others are paler too. Would you tell me what is your passion? You know what I'm passionate about. I think it's only fair that I get to know that about you. What is it? Did I say something wrong? You just seem very uncomfortable all of a sudden. Is that so? Wow. No, I guess I didn't really expect that. Magic is part of my everyday life, but for a human? Magic is uncharted territory. As far as I know, your kind has been very hush about this topic. I never thought I'd live long enough to hear a human admit that they not only study and search, but try to practice magic as well. But now that I think about it, even though you did look scared when you realized what I was, had another human walked in your shoes, they probably would have run for the hills, instead of staying like you did. So, it is true then. Practicing magic for humans is prohibited and punishable by death? I was wondering how you didn't jump at the opportunity to ask more questions about magic when I said that I could use it, but now I understand your apprehension. Well, I did spend our entire walk rambling about how your people feared and fought everything that was foreign to them, but I'm glad I gave you the courage to speak your mind out loud. I must say that you taught me something new about humans too. I learned that humans possess individuality as well. You don't all share the same kind of traits, which makes sense, considering you war amongst yourselves and all. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I did look down on your race and thought I could lump all of you into generalized groups. I'm really sorry about that. Also, I'm sad to say that the day is nearing its end. Nothing good comes from wandering through this forest at night. Not for a human, at least. You should start heading back to your village. You have a favor to ask of me? If I can, then sure thing. Do tell. I thought you asked me that. I would have really liked to help you with that, but don't give me that pleading look. How can a simple look be so devastating? Alright. Even the sneaking scrolls and books out of our village will not be an easy task. It shouldn't be the end of the world either. I'll see what I can do. Don't thank me. I haven't done anything just yet. Yes, of course we can meet again. I promised I'd tell you my age in the second meeting after all. No, not tomorrow. I can't bring you what you asked of me tomorrow. I'll need planning in. You just want to see me. Well then, sure, tomorrow it is, same time, same place. Right. See you then.